got an attitude, I'm off the roof, up in the air. Let's run, I make it count, yeah, I'm talking right now. Feel like a comeback kid, got no time to spare. Double up score, 22 to 4. You know I win a lot, gotta win one more. On a hot street, never gets old. Soda with the ace and my team went gold.
Why am I playing with time as it's ticking away? It's ticking away, away. I'm asking why. We're for our lives, not a second to waste. They're ticking away, away, away. They're ticking I'll give it one more try. I don't know why, but I keep coming back every time. I want it more than my life. I don't know why, but it feels so right. Why am I playing with time as it's ticking away? It's ticking away, away. I'm asking why we run for our lives, not a second to waste. It's ticking away, away, away. It's ticking
I'm out here in the cold night, running till I barely feel my feet. Wanna see it through my own eyes. There's no going back, and I'm not afraid anymore. Cause I know I'm gonna be the last one standing. Yeah, I'm not afraid anymore. Yeah, I don't wanna wait anymore. I'm ready to fall, I'm ready to rise up. I will do what it takes, I'll run blind straight into the flames. Watch me burn, alone in the shadows. I'll carry you home on my back. If it's you or me, then I'll take the shot. Still they say I'm the villain. I scream and nobody listens. Still they say I'm the villain. Too bad you can't take me down. See that I'm surrounded by predators. It's critical, they got me in my element. It's dirty how you trying to keep it elegant. Keep my eyes open wide when everyone around me is an enemy. See my life cross my eyes. I'm ready to fall, I'm ready to rise up. I will do what it takes. If it's you or me, then I'll take the shot. Still they say I'm the villain. I scream and nobody listens. Still they say I'm the villain. Too bad you can't take me down. Too bad you can't take me down. You can't take me down. I'm ready to fall, I'm ready to rise up. I will do what it takes, I'll run blind straight into the flames. Watch me burn, alone in the shadows. I'll carry you home on my back. If it's you or me, then I'll take the shot.
the truck, this a cakewalk. Shimmy, shimmy, y'all, hit 'em talk, let 'em take shots. 007 on the block, keep the aim cocked. Pull up to the spot with the squad, let the bass drop. Laser on the arc, brought the truck, this a cakewalk. Shimmy, shimmy, y'all, hit 'em talk, let 'em take shots. 007 on the block, keep the aim cocked. What? Check my pedigree, I got legacy in my pop. You playing hopscotch on that top notch on the block. Shimmy slide like me, nah. Spice it up with the sauce. Yeah, my Lord said don't do it, I said bah, bah, bah. Yeah, my Lord said don't do it, I said bah. Yeah, my Lord said don't do it, I said bah. Call you up like what you doing. Ride around with the squad, no losing. Link you up with the reaper, keep it moving. Yeah, they can't do it how we do it. Run it up, can you keep up? Play follow the leader. Big queso, I'm bold with the ether, but I still took a heater. No halo, I've been with a handgun. I've been on my King Kong, come paylo. I've been on. What? Check my pedigree, I got legacy in my pop. You playing hopscotch on that top notch on the block. Shimmy slide like me, nah. Spice it up with the sauce. Yeah, my Lord said don't do it, I said yeah, my Lord said don't do it, I said yeah, my Lord said don't do it, I said what? Check my pedigree, I got legacy in my pop. You playing hopscotch on that top notch on the block. Shimmy slide like me, nah. Cholula with the sauce. Yeah, my Lord said don't do it, I said bah.
Yeah, motivated, I'm focused. Came a long way from the lowest. Yeah, gotta get it, the mindset, gotta put it in motion. This is the moment, gotta one up my opponent. Back then they ain't noticed me, now they know it's me, I'm the chosen. It's my time, yeah, I put that on Bible. No excuses, gotta get to the final. Take all of my idols and turn them to rivals. It's all or nothing, man, the trophy is vital. Game time, bet I'm coming in clutch. No hang time, man, they can't keep up. The game's on the line, seconds on the time. Who can't fight? It's gotta be us.
Better under pressure, go ahead and let it fall on me. I'm destined for it all, you better call on me. They say what doesn't kill you make you stronger. All that pain, it done made me to a monster. They say what doesn't kill you make you stronger. All that pain, it done made me to a monster.
Yeah, whole lot of times they doubted I wouldn't be who I am without it. Sleepless nights, I counted. It all paid off, it's really astounding. I had to keep the faith to elevate. Hope for better days, they were coming. Now we can celebrate, knowing every day is abundant. Yeah, it's my time, yeah, I put that on Bible. No excuses, gotta get to the final. Take all of my idols and turn them to rivals. It's all or nothing, man, the trophy is vital. Game time, bet I'm coming in clutch. No hang time, man, they can't keep up. The game's on the line, seconds on the time. Who can't fight? It's gotta be us.
Better under pressure, go ahead and let it fall on me. I'm destined for it all, you better call on me. They say what doesn't kill you make you stronger. All that pain, it done made me to a monster. They say what doesn't kill you make you stronger. All that pain, it done made me to a monster. All that pain, it done made me to a monster. All that pain, it done made me to a monster.
Where you been? I'm back, let's bump that. Got a phantom in my hand, I'll clutch that. Get an agent on flank, got a loop back. Shall we simmer on down with a 5-step? Where we been? I don't know, going downtown. Got the city lights singing like a ghost town. Got the body frags hiding all spooked out. down like dominoes. I'ma take you out with another spike drop. Overheated, but I love to lock and load. I hear the echo, I hear the echo. Bang bang on the back, team with the versatile. Rat-tat-tat-tat all day. Enough with the chit chat, steady with the one tap. I'ma set it off, just wait. Oh, eres de Omega con la O, no. Sabes que la alfa soy yo. Go, vete y vuelve cuando no estoy así. Desapareció. Oh, ¿cómo piensa que no? Traigo la peña, las de Sheriff Felo. Llama al chatarrero que se va a hacer rico. De lo que dejaré el ti por el suelo. When my back's against the wall, all the mirrors will dissolve. Bring the heat, bring it on. Watch me ignite it. a hoop chain. Wish all you want like you blue cakes, but I'm on the road like I move skates. Settle to the top like it's due date, and I'm never gonna stop like LeBron James. Big dreams, yeah, live large. We go hard to play hard. Dream big, live large. I work hard to play hard. I'm coming for the top and I ain't never gonna stop. Oh no. Dream big, live large. Work hard, play hard, go hard, play hard. Work hard, play hard, go hard, play hard. Wearing them out like a bootlace, rise to the top like a souffle. I bring the heat like Dwayne Wade, dishing them out like a food tray. Big bars like I move weights, and I'm serving them up like a food plate. Yeah, big dreams, live large. We go hard to play hard. Dream big, live large. I work hard to play hard. I'm coming for the top and I ain't never gonna stop. Oh no. Dream big, live large. Work hard, play hard, go hard, play hard. Work hard, play hard, go hard, play hard. Am I learning my lesson? Never running from wreckage when it's getting too close. A million reasons to turn, a million ways to get burned, and still inside it I go. I'm caught inside the fire again. I'm caught inside the Follow me into the depths of hell. Maybe we're already in it and too close to tell. In another life we might be playing it safe, but not here with fear. Now we're playing with fate. Don't be fooled and mistaken by my angel face. I'm just a hothead looking for a reason to break. I'm the wizard of death. I'll come visit you next. Whisper my name on an X till your very last breath. I'm caught inside the fire again. I'm caught inside the fire again. I'm caught inside of the fire again. I'm caught inside of the fire again. Follow me into the depths of hell. Maybe we're already there and too close to tell. In another life we might be playing it safe, but not here with fear. Now we're playing with fate. Don't be fooled and mistaken by my angel face. I'm just a hothead looking for a reason to break. I'm the wizard of death. I'll come visit you next. Whisper my name on an X till your very last breath. I'm caught inside the fire again. I'm caught inside the fire again.
butterfly. I flip a switch, keep a secret, let you come inside. When I run the gamut, but I could never plan it. I keep on breathing when I land it. When I run the gamut, but I could never plan it. I keep on breathing when I land it. If you give me a piece of your heart, you keep easy when we are a part of two worlds. It could be nothing, maybe it's something. Keep your eyes on me.
Keep your eyes on me. Keep your eyes on me. Me. Keep your eyes on me. Keep your eyes on me. Me. Keep your eyes on 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 me.
Anytime you clock a butterfly, you flip a switch, keep a secret, let me come inside. When you run the gamut, but you could never plan it. You keep on breathing when you're in it. If you give me a piece of your heart, you keep easy when we are a part of two worlds. It could be nothing, maybe it's something. Keep your eyes on me. Give me a piece of your heart, you keep easy when we are a part of two worlds. Give me a piece of your heart, you keep easy when we are a part of two worlds. It could be nothing, maybe it's something. Keep your eyes on me.
Keep your eyes on me. Keep your eyes on me. Me. Keep your eyes on me. Keep your eyes on me. Me. Keep your eyes on me. Keep your eyes on me. Me. Keep your eyes on me. Keep your eyes on me.
We ain't the same. Get in your lane, stay in your lane. Wait, this ain't a game. Been through the flame, now get out the way. Whole lot of change, still been the same. Put that on the name. I had to go through it just to get to it. Look what I became. Elevate, level up, way to the top, headed to the peak. All them boys wanna talk, hit them out of law, but don't got receipts. I do it with ease. To you it's a burden, to me it's a breeze. You feel that? That witness degree, that kickback. You coming at me, boy, sit back. Came out the womb like this, hit the pedal and room right quick. Gotta get it, we going up, way up, might land on the moon. Who step in a room like this? We breaking the rules right quick. They killing the mood and up in a few, might land in a tomb.
I ain't gonna lose it now. Gotta keep it moving now.
Elevate, level up, way to the top, headed to the peak. All them boys wanna talk, hit them out of law, but don't got receipts. Elevate, level up, way to the top, headed to the peak. All them boys wanna talk, hit them out of law, but don't got receipts. Bad with a vengeance, killing the ops and leaving no remnants. They all in attendance. Gotta go big, I aim for the fences. It's mine, I sense it. Back in the scene, I'm back to the business. Back on the front line, gotta grind. It's time, let you be the witness. At the time, turn a repeat to a 3P, yeah. Got the franchise on me, you more like G Lee, yeah. 21st century, you all the way BC, yeah. Old boy been washed up, I'm notched up in TT, hey. Came out the womb like this, hit the pedal and room right quick. Gotta get it, we going up, way up, might land on the moon. Who step in a room like this? We breaking the rules right quick. They killing the mood and up in a few, might land in a tomb.
I ain't gonna lose it now.
Y'all sit back and watch me speak. About to take over your screen. Talking bulls in 93. Talking mom, I'm on TV. Y'all know all I do is me. All I do is me. Y'all sit back and watch me speak. Y'all sit back and all I know, my money green. About to snap and make a scene. My cup off and make this free. My cup off and make them scream. Go back off for TMZ. Y'all sit back and watch me speak. Y'all sit back and watch me speak. Y'all sit back and watch. Watch me. Watch me. Watch me. Sit back and watch. Sit back. Sit back. Sit back. Sit back. Money long, nothing on credit. I got style, don't catch no feelings. All this bread ain't got no lettuce. I got style, don't catch no feelings. Watch me. Watch me. Sit back and watch.
Hello everyone and welcome back to Challengers EMEA. A little bit sooner than what we had expected for the Sunday. We thought we'd be jumping into the grand final straight away, but we've got some business to take care of. Yesterday's match, there was a small dispute, and as it has been resolved, we will be repeating the second game. I will be reading out though the official statement coming out from Riot Games. During round 3 of map 4 on Sunset between Enterprise Esports and Kui Phoenix, the player Pika experienced a disconnect. Although the issue was flagged in time by the player, the map was not paused due to miscommunication. As a result, map 4 will be replayed, starting with a 2-0 scoreline in favor of Enterprise Esports. Pretty basic, it's pretty clear of where we are at this moment in time. Enterprise lead the map score 2-1 after winning 2 maps consecutive. They won the pistol, they won the follow-up, and we're getting things going on Sunrise here. Look, let's talk about how things have gone so far, shall we, Summer? Let's talk about the performance of these teams. It's safe to say it was a bit of a slow start for Enterprise getting things going on the series, but you know, they started to amp up quite quickly, right? They started to gain some momentum.
Yeah, definitely. I think Enterprise is one of those teams we were talking about it before. They are a slow start in the series, and it's something that they're going to have to overcome today in particular, since it is that shortened series, right? It could be up to 2 maps, or it could just be the 1. And coming into this, the second and third map that we saw yesterday, Enterprise was starting to hit the ground running, right? They had back-to-back dominant halves in their 8-4 scorelines they were able to put together, and they snowballed into a map win back-to-back, and that put us in the scoreline of the 2-1 you can see at the top of your screen. And now into this 4th map being replayed, Enterprise were able to get the pistol, get the conversion, and let's see if this time they can make the conversion again for that 3-0 start.
And if you're wanting to know the context of this game, it's a lower bracket final, right? It's a best of 5 that will get either of these teams competing against BBL Pacific later on today to see who will be the victors of Challengers EMEA. We thought that'd be Enterprise, but we'll maybe see if things change as we go on forward. A strong buy from Kui Phoenix early on. Vandals all across the board, and it's not too bad of a bonus from Enterprise either. 3 Bulldogs, 2 Spectres, very keepable of anything. Pushing that onto A. It is retrieved by Zeke, realizes what the status quo is. Push out from Yas, but Olizera delivers. Good paranoia, that will delay, but through the smoke, Pika chimes. All of a sudden, Kui Phoenix are on site.
decisive way to get onto the site, get a triple entry, spike down, and now it's up to the two players, Doma and Killers, to at least make a dent in Koi Phoenix in this post plant that they've managed to get for themselves.
Killers, he's just trying to get a timing on his opponents, but it's just so damn difficult to do. Doma acts as a bit of a distraction, but there are just so many players around with Koi Phoenix. They're able to cover every single end. Jumping into the game, into the series, Koi Phoenix get themselves a flawless round.
Dare I say an improvement from yesterday?
I mean, sure, it did end 13-0 in that iteration of the match, right? Yeah, already one round up.
Improvements, but yeah, it's just the bonus round. It's something that you do see the typical scoreline at the start of a map, right? So coming into this one, it's going to be the full rifle round for both teams. And again, they're starting with Yas and Starkey over towards the safe side, something that they were favoring in the matchup yesterday, and keeping Killers over towards B. We've seen him dominant realistically on those site holds.
Sure.
And effective, just whether he can replicate it today. Koi Phoenix though, they've managed to deposit Olizero over towards mid, just to try and cut off rotations or just be the relay of information of rotations. You can hear Yas running about, trying to inform his team of the rotations, but he's going to step forward and get a kill of his own. That's a kill onto Zeke, so that splits up the map for the side of Enterprise. Now it's a 2-2 on both sides.
Ooh, Doma. That's a good stop. Spike now in their eyes. They know exactly what the plan is. 45 seconds, and Koi Phoenix need to act quickly. Do they insist on pushing B? I don't think so. A complete double back. They're traversing now, possibly towards mid.
But not only just towards mid, over towards A possibly. Look where the spike is going on Zach Kappa. They want to go towards A. Olizero wants to use his ultimate, but the only issue is Doma stands in his way.
Gotti trying to see if he can be the deterrence from Enterprise. Keep him busy. Try to block these rotates from happening. Yas is able to sidestep the bullets. And a 2v3 now. Koi Phoenix on the back foot, but with a spike going down, more pressure exerted onto Enterprise. Globex realizing Yas could drop in from behind, so again, a timing. Good recon as well, revealing the status quo here for Yas, that he could work on Globex. His position's been realized, and in the process, teammate taken down. Globex, he's been a big difference maker for Koi Phoenix all tournament long, but this time, he will not be able to stand his ground. Enterprise able to successfully take over. TP falls into the hands of Doma as well. 3-1 start for Enterprise.
And it really comes into the mid rounding for Koi Phoenix. They were able to get the deposit over Olizero over towards mid, able to get the kill. But as soon as they turn their attentions over towards B, it's like I said, this cipher of killers is one to deal with, and initially getting that first pickup, they want to turn their attentions back over towards mid, over towards B. And Enterprise jump on the opportunity to extend the man advantage in the round and then close it out as well.
Already close. Already a bit of a back and forth. Mid taken up by Koi Phoenix substantially, actually. And this might actually be a quick crunch in. That's a good outdrone, though. Reveals intent, at least. And presence of a few players nearby, that has to be respected. Yes. Also having a good angle in market if need be. But the fact that Koi Phoenix are moving towards this A site, they might actually find something open. They are slow, so they indeed will not be gaining that advantage. Zeke with first blood, and Enterprise drop a lot back. Olizera trying to see if he can get a timing onto Yas, but instead it's Yas to deter him. Already 2 picks to the good, and Koi Phoenix on the back foot. Sure, they'll try and take over the A site, but they'll already be 2 players behind.
And Starkey up on this angle. Loses the timing onto Zach Kappa, so drops back down. It is an open invitation into the A site if they can get this spike across. But you're looking at the retake. Zeke has the ultimate available, the null command, and there's only 3 players for Koi Phoenix to convert, so it has to be above and beyond for a couple of these players. Get a multi-kill in there somewhere to make this round more believable.
Starkey solo position for him, while the rest of Enterprise have grouped up together. No Command keeping things a little bit more tough for the Enterprise squad. Dry peaks, a lot of them are required. Oh dear me, this has gone awry so damn quick. All 5 players, blink and you miss it, denied.
Yeah, it said he needed multi-kill from a couple of those players. Zach Kappa and Guardi do exactly that.
Last player standing.
You can see in the replay, all bodies grouped in one place, unable to trade back their fallen comrades. But the only thing is they started off that round relatively well. They've been reading into the control being taken by Koi Fenix. They're favoring mid, they're closing the door, they're taking those timing peaks from top mid, and then on top of that, making sure to shut down only Zero. And Doma's the one that gets shut down in this round. Wants to go for something cheeky through the door. The only issue is Zach Kappa can beat those timings.
Yeah, the only Brit on the server showing up, now wanting to have a piece of the pie on the opening duels.
Is ready.
And Koi Fenix amping up the pace towards this ace site. Surely there's a big discrepancy in weaponry and riflery. And it will show. Killers dangerous on the Sheriff. So a lot of these Enterprise players, a big reason why they've done so well in playoffs has been converting weaker buys, but this feels like it's not going to be one of them. Sure, a couple of frags are found, but
My advice?
another round to be collected here for the #1 seed from Spain, 3-3. This is getting close. 3 ultimates on one side, 4 on the other, and a big buy round that could decide the tempo of the next few.
Yeah, this would be a prime opportunity for either team to really take a hold of the momentum coming into this one, especially after the couple of rounds that we saw being back-to-back, now equating the scoreline. A couple of ultimates on both sides, and some heavy hitting ones for Koi Fenix. Especially when you're talking about this attacking side and wanting to go for those all-out site hits after they take control over mid. Only thing is, Yas is here with an operator this time, and Zach Kappa, you can jump peek it once, but the second time you think it's clear, there's a Yas waiting with an operator.
Yeah, that's an excellent point. Yas allowed Zach Kappa to have some fun one round, but quickly interrupted. He's the king of entries. He was so good yesterday, by the way. So damn impressive. Each and every time it felt like it was Yas that ended up with a couple of kills to nothing. And that's exactly how the round starts, but Globex is quick to put an end to it. Enough shenanigans, he says, as attempting to breach through mid, Koi Fenix spot out Doma. They do drop back, don't over-push, don't overstep, but they might just be walking into the hands of killers. Recon could reveal him. He's looking to drop back and not really entertain holding that position. Market taken over. Shock Dart's doing a little bit of softening up. Recon again available. Killers wanting to see if he can find a timing to push through. Doma holding his ground, knows he could deliver on the cross, and that's what he's done. Spike in the ground. Starkey joins in as well, and that's how Enterprise take over a grid one.
And off the back of the double entry from Yas, obviously this one, Zach Kappa takes a jump peek. Yas takes the timing on the second one, and it's the utility in support as well from Zeke. The flash that comes over helps Yas net the second, unable to convert on the third, but it does give a lot of information for the rest of the EP players to work with, right? Especially since there was no sound over towards A, the only point of contention was mid and interconnector. Allows the players over towards site, and even from the shadows from Starkey to reposition to trade out his teammates. And a decisive round for Enterprise, especially when they needed it. Not letting the string of rounds Koi Fenix were putting together to extend anymore. At least giving a respite to them and a 4th on the board.
The best case scenario here for Enterprise is just close out this series right here, right now, right? Just keep it simple. Use this as a warm-up. Yas again shutting down Zach Kappa in the first instance. Koi Fenix wanting to see if they can amp up the pace, but it really hasn't been allowed. Dagger going on them, landing as well, I think on 3. Therefore, that's going to slow down the pace substantially. And look at the corner Yas is holding. He'll deal with the out drone, sure, but this has also allowed Doma to take a deep angle. I don't know if you expect him to be here. You do. Starkey, though, has shown his ground. Yas stuck, but he's got a smoke. No, paranoid.
What?
Whoa, what a shot! How does he get away with that? Starkey charming in again from a distance, but Guardi is stuck in the middle of no man's land, and Starkey will make quick work of him. Triple kill to his name. But honestly, even with 3 kills, you're not the one on the highlight reels for this round. That was Yas.
he needs to be studied. Unironically needs to be studied on his ability to get those no-scopes. Bear in mind, that was straight to the dome. That wasn't even a body shot, a leg shot. That was straight to the head. And yeah, especially after the first kill, lovely pick up onto Zach Kappa. And even then the setup, sure, Doma doesn't necessarily get the kill, but the setup that they had over towards elbow, Yas taking the first contact, Doma playing on that off angle in towards the corner, just constantly keeping Kai Phoenix on their toes. And by the time they get past Doma, try to get into sight, Yas has managed to hit fire into the head. And then you have the rest of the players of Enterprise rotating over, especially since the amount of information that those site anchors, Doma and Yas, were able to feed over to their teammates.
I love that we get to see this one again.
This?
In and out, off the paranoia. I love that this was in slow-mo as well, because I think in in real time you really couldn't figure out what he was going for, but he's a master of movement, master on the operator, and he really wants that grand final, knowing how close they are to getting to it.
This is a nice spot.
Wanting a rematch against BBO Pacific, they didn't really get a chance to show up against them the other day.
But it's also how quickly they can get there. Because you make into the context of we're replaying this from yesterday. Should they close this one out, they're already 2 maps up. There would only be 1 map official that they need to play before going into that matchup. Because the grand finals will be played today.
That is disgusting from Starkey. Zach Kappa just walks into his crosshair as he was pressing mouse 1. 3 detected as well. You know what the status quo is. Still, Yas taking control of his left-hand side, knows that there is no cross opportunities. Hunter's Fury flushes them directly into Yas's angle. Why does it look so damn smooth, so damn clean? Glowbex, all that remains. And I feel like he's just a dead man walking. He just doesn't know it yet. Especially with Yas taking care of that angle. He's locked in. He couldn't go anywhere. Sure, he could walk back, but Enterprise not really wanting to entertain taking him down, make it easy for him to get any more collections. They know they've won this one, keep things safe.
But the money, right, for the side of Enterprise, you have a couple of players that can rebuy. Sure, you don't necessarily want Doma to be losing a gun, but for the side of Kai Phoenix, they don't have that much money. You have Guardi that could possibly make a hero rifle play into the next one. Taking this weapon off Glowbex would be massive. But also the thing is, if you let him get that spike, he does have the ultimate that he can just pop over towards B, get that spike down, and then you can play into a situation of that post plant. But I wouldn't hate if EP do go for any sort of hunt, especially as the time starts to get lower, because they do have him locked in.
10 seconds
Not that
left.
they know.
Okay. Well, already Enterprise have been big disruptors, right? I feel like Kai Phoenix can't enter his site without being 1 or 2 players down. And we see that yet again from this.
Yeah, and just the utility as well from Doma. Sure, he's trying to get the kill anyway, just onto the spike plan, gets the one over towards elbow, but he also flushes those players out of the comfortable, safe positions they have onto the site, straight into the line of fire of Yas. And it just seems to be getting worse and worse for Koi in those situations. You lose the entry, you have the ultimate that comes out as well, and then you just pushed into Yas. There's no safe place for you on towards that A site, so they at least turn their attentions back over towards mid, something that was working for them when we came back into this match.
I love how we always go onto Killers' POV at the start of a round to see if he can actually land the one way. A little bit struggling on that end, but not in the rounds. They still get it done. Ooh, look at Kai Phoenix go though. Again, a bit of a ball of death approach. 4 stacked up together. It was just Olizera on the lurk trying to be a distraction. Paranoia already having to be used. That's a big piece of utility that will no longer be available to Starkey in the next few seconds. This is going to be a tough one. Here comes a dagger. Doesn't reveal anyone, so Enterprise, in the same time, won't be so overzealous crossing. You do have Yas knowing that there's no one towards B. You do have Killers knowing there's no one in mid either, so it's got to be an A hit. Zeke taking over the first pick against Guardi, but Kai Phoenix should get the spike down. The question is, can they hold it down to the end of the round? Starkey pushes us through a smoke. It looks like it's the answer for Enterprise. Unprecedented, unexpected. The name of the game and why they've been so damn hard to deal with on map number 2 against BBL Pacific 2 days ago. Yas chimes in as well, and it looks like it's all going astray for Koi Fenix. How do you hold on? I don't know if you can. Trying to spray across the diffuser of the spike, but it just won't be possible. A bunch of players shooting your direction, and that will be a 7th in the bag for the Northeast representative.
Another round on the board, and yeah, it's often mid-rounding, right? There was so much information. You talk about Starkey playing over towards Elbow, using that paranoia so early on, but it's also he spotted a couple players, uses the paranoia, and then you just see the activation of the rest of the players across the map. Yas pushing out towards B main. You have Doma and Killers having a little bit of a gander down towards mid, and that's why they had so much information into that retake over towards A. And again, Koi Fenix going for this A hit, which has been relatively unsuccessful, but they keep trying it. They were successful towards mid, but this might be the round. Zach Harper does entry with a Sheriff onto Starkey, one of the main tankers.
Zeke. Oh, that is destructive, really. Oh my word! Zach Kappa zooms into his screen, but Zeke's bullets zoom twice this fast. Oh, nearly gets away with the ace single-handedly. I feel like that is just a little bit of a statement as well. You can't help but feel that is the case. Olazera, sure, he's got a neural theft available, gets another tag, knows what the setup looks like, but this, a 1v3, is asking a mighty lot of him. There is a situation where he backstabs two players here. Oh, he can hear commotion. Doma taken down, but Killis is there right on time. So no crisis there. 1 round remaining on the half. And Enterprise have already set themselves up nicely.
Spike down A.
3 cash.
Yeah, it's rough when you're seeing it in the replays as well. They made a story for it. They made a chance on that half buy, but
this goes here.
Enterprise squashes it relatively late, but they still have enough investment to reinvest into this one. Talk about reinvestments. Doma's also got the operator, but it's the operator for Yas that you need to pay attention to.
Yep,
oh, that was
you
perfect.
Absolutely do need to look at him in moments like this. It's crazy how he just pops in at the right time, and Koi Fenix this round has fallen apart completely.
But it was so perfect that they didn't know it was Doma who was further back over towards connector, shoots the operator shot, baits him in, and Yas is still in mid, and it's just... Oh, it can't go right for Koi Fenix right now because they have too many layers. Doma even switches back over to the rifle, ready for the retake.
Oh, somehow able to avoid the dagger. Zeke should be able to just lock this down by himself, really. And you know that they know exactly what the setup is for Koi Fenix. They're walking into a trap.
Enemy remaining.
TP on site, elevated. Starkey expecting it. Yas triples up and wants to make sure his score is definitely good. Yeah, it does feel like it's a statement game here for Enterprise. Half already done and dusted with a 9-3 advantage going their way. It looks possible that they'll try and repeat history here. Well, they're definitely very close to that result. Great half here for Enterprise on the defense. 9 rounds already secured, and they feel like they are on the highway success for a second time here on Sunset. Let's see if they can lock it in. A pistol just basically seals in the deal.
Yeah, I feel like it'd be the final nail in the coffin for Koi Fenix if they aren't able to pick up this pistol. Let's see if they can. A little bit of a setup over towards B. Looks like they want to go aggro with a flash, possibly. For that camera, spotting out Guardi. A little bit of story to the tale.
Yeah, you hear footsteps of one, but there are 2 around, so you've got to be cautious. Stun coming out, and before the stun is even capable of picking down Picker, Starkey chimes in. Zach Kappa barely gets a chance to see his opponents and gets a bullet to the head. It is ridiculous how Enterprise were able to break into this B site so quick. And Koi Fenix are left on the back foot. 2 players remain and can only hope for a miracle at this point to recover. Some dream multi-kills. It is the 2 impact players themselves, right? Olizera and Globex, the 2 biggest stars of the playoffs performance, I feel, for this team. Globex, the newest addition, who had so much to learn and stepping in Monster's shoes, ripped right through them, but I feel like this is the end of the road, perhaps. Still a lot of damage done, and Globex having to do a lot more, and there is not much time to do it either. Killers is ready for him outside of the smoke, and Bob's your uncle for that round. Double digits secured for Enterprise as they win the second half pistol.
Yeah, and off the back of a really nice stun from Yas coming through, you can see it here. Stuns up Pika in the line of sight. Same goes for Guardi as soon as they start to scale up. And then Zach Kappa's just left on a complete island, and it's up to the last 2 players to retake, and there's too many players to deal with. Spike planted for main, for CT. It's a rough situation for Koi Fenix, but for the side of Enterprise, pistol pickup and hopefully looking at a conversion here. They want to get this over and done with as quick as possible.
Yeah, I feel if you're Koi Fenix as well, you can't feel too happy about this being prolonged. They've been completely dismantled here, and it hasn't been fun. And sometimes in a moment like this, when you're so far behind, you do expect a second round force. Not from Koi Fenix this time around.
Shows
Just
they believe in the
classics and
comeback.
trying to, yeah, bring the magic with the numbers, I'd say. That's where they'll try and find strength here.
But yeah, they are trying to group up over towards mid, right? Like you said, magic with the numbers, but the only issue is Enterprise aren't going to be offering them the 1v1s. They're sticking together as a pack, whether it's a pack of 3 or a pack of 2. They want to stick together, make sure none of these weapons can be transferred over, because they do have a couple of rifles on Starkey and Yas. They can get scary if they put it in the wrong hands.
30 seconds left.
Well, Koi Fenix are nearby and looking to pounce before the spike has a chance to go into the ground. Zach Kappa actually closes up the distance and finds himself a sweet little upgrade. A great toy to work with and play with. Guardi has also chimed in, but Starkey has unleashed his inner potential. 3 kills already, and Zach Kappa being so low could easily be collected. Closing up the distance, he does find damage. Starkey is lined up for an ace. Olizera, it feels like the rifle's a little bit too far away from him to make them to be able to collect them one at least and make use of it this round. All the smoke drops and both spot each other. The Marshal has to be the name of the game here for Olizera, giving him some extra space with the cage. Starkey is able to read his position, and the ace is found.
Feels the sticker, the spray is the perfect one to drop. The snake bite. A little bit toxic, but you'll take that, right? Especially if you're EP coming into this one. We said they want to get it over and done with as quick as possible, and yeah, Koi Fenix had the right play, had the right numbers in the right place, and were able to overwhelm some of the players of Enterprise. But Starkey,
sure,
you can't get past him that easily.
And actually, Koi Fenix have got themselves the favorable buy here. Sure, marginally, there is a Spectre and a Guardian involved for Enterprise. The one way from Koi Fenix being quite disruptive to begin with, but it's not like Yas hasn't been able to make it into the site already. A lot of pot shots through the smokes. That net Squaddy, the first pick of the round. This is going to make things a little bit more complicated as well. You can see Yas drop further away. Doma does get one before he instead finds himself into the ground. And all of a sudden, it's a 1v4. Koi Fenix actually make this hold look so damn one-sided. They're very quickly to converge onto the position. Yes, he's got the sense that there's someone behind, someone lurking that could try and pincer him in, but he knows this round is not one that requires any more pressure from him. The pressure is really all onto Koi Fenix. This is a big mountain for them to climb. 11-3 is a score. Probably looking at 11-4. But only 2 rounds required on a very dangerous Enterprise side. Doesn't seem like a far-fetched story.
And a triple stack. 1 low, 1 medium, 1 high should just be a simple formality for Koi Fenix to get this round, and it is, right? Going into that 11-4 scoreline, but these players were shut at the door. There was really a lack of follow-up from the 2 players coming in from main, and it was great work from the Koi Fenix defense to separate those 2 waves of the attacking force, deal with the 2 players that are on site, and then with the 2 that were still in main. And that was a force up from Enterprise into that bonus round, and look at what the effect it's had on their money. Although they do have enough rounds that they can gamble with things like that, they have a lot of space for mistakes. For everyone that's made, every round that's collected by Koi Fenix is closing that gap.
I mean, Enterprise at this point are just hoping for a spike plant, potentially. Maybe getting some rifles off the hands of Koi Fenix. That wouldn't be too bad. Make sure that, you know, this economical comeback isn't that easy to pull off. I wonder how much disrupting Doma can do, how much disturbance he can cause to this right-hand side to call people to rotate over. Smoke as well from Starkey, kind of indicating this could be a mid to A hit.
Well, they now know where everyone is.
Detecting 3, yeah, you've got a clear picture of what's going on now.
Yeah, everyone's been spotted from the side of Enterprise. Droned out Starkey towards mid. Zach Kappa spotted Doma towards A, and then the knife seals the fate for the 3 players in B main. But they group up over towards mid, trying to still make something of this round, try and do as much damage as possible. There are 3 players waiting.
Well, there is a cage they'll need to cross, but instead they do move into this backside. Zeke able to find one through the process. How much more damage can be found? Actually, these ghosts are chiming in. Headshots connecting. Globex holding onto his life. Have rifles been recovered? I don't think so. They're all very far back into the site, and the Enterprise looking to see if they can line up together, find the strength in numbers. Zeke holding on. Is this the world champion quality that he can bring to the stage? Now, Vandal now found. Zach Kappa just slides into the equation and just makes things a little extra difficult, which Koi Fenix are able to capitalize upon and give themselves 5 rounds now on this defensive.
But you talk about Zach Kappa making it difficult to capitalize on. But from the side of Enterprise, you've come into this with Max as Sheriff, and you've still managed to do so much damage in regards to taking 3 players off the board, getting the spike plant down as well. That causes concern for when the rifles finally do come back out. That's exactly what we're going to be seeing in this one. And looking at Yaz's bite, looking like they want to go for something fast and aggressive over towards A, with possibly with his ultimate as well. It's at the speed of the round.
3 suppressed.
Go, go, go.
I'll tell you what, having this early information is really important here for Koi Fenix. They've already rotated 3 players over. The cross is being covered, but you can only spray blindly now as the smoke has covered that ground. Double pushing as well from, I think, Guardi and Globex outside of the smoke, but they're going to have to respect it now. Spike potentially to be dropped now as Enterprise takes site control. 5v5, no kills going on early. This is a big change to what we're used to. Koi Fenix group up together with 4, while Enterprise await for the storm to approach. I'm looking at the utility for Enterprise. What is left here to disrupt Koi Fenix from entering? And there really is not much available. It all has to be done with bullets. Pika wins his fight. Zeke taking an aggressive angle. Starkey, they know where he is now, and Zeke is able to chime in. A lot of pot shots, a lot of damage, but is it enough for the kill? Starkey reveal himself again, and now it's a 1v2. It's all been turned on its head. Pika's all by himself now. He's the one that has to do it individually, but cannot quite be called to the occasion. Enterprise hold on and are now 1 round away from making it into the grand finals.
And what do Koi Fenix have to stop this? A timeout? Couple of rifles, but Pika and Olazera are down for the count in regards to money.
I love that we get to see the replay though again, because I feel like this was so chaotic, but Starkey was so good to play confidently around the mid pillar, go, you know, run circles pretty much against Koi Fenix's attack.
But that was also off the back of the player over towards main that was protecting him from that avenue back into sight towards that left side, rather than focusing. Sure. And he was able to focus on CT, able to play around that position. Sure, nets a couple of kills are doing so, which definitely helps. But it's also the fact that they have that segregation of duties on the site, and coming into that retake, that they do have someone watching the back of the other players. So it's more of the coordination that, especially I'm looking at Enterprise in that situation, and possibly lack there for Koi Fenix.
Well, full spy coming in from Enterprise. Everyone getting their hands on a big rifle. But for Koi Fenix, the story's a little bit different there. Sheriff, Stinger on one. They have 3 ultimates they can work with, but Enterprise, if they make the right call, find the most barren of the 2 sites, this could be a quick round to seal the deal and catapult themselves in a potential rematch against BBL Pacific. Killers breaks mid-trap. A lot of question marks on the map here for Koi Fenix. They haven't really gone for any exploration themselves, so suffocating from info.
But they're re-heading over towards A. And this drone from Pika out towards mid is at least going to give them some information. That top mid, that bracket is now clear, so they have a little bit more confidence rotating. And Pika pulls the plug onto the Hunter's Drew, but he gets nothing. Doesn't even get a tag.
Slow and steady for Enterprise.
3 suppressed.
And again, 3 detected, 3 suppressed. So Koi Fenix know what's going on, but Yas is able to catch Olazera off guard. He was sort of thinking someone would come through elbow, but instead, appearing from sight was the big difference. Spike now to potentially now drop in. And now looking at what Koi Fenix have available, Null Command, Neural Theft can't be used, but you want to off an overdrive. This could be quick, this could be pacey, but you can't hold back. Yas taking his chance to disrupt Guardy, just allowing him to join in with the team. No Null Command available to be used anymore. And now it's all down to Globex and Pika. The 3 Enterprise players line up their forces, hold hands in their effort to seal this map, seal this series, and get them the second ticket into the grand finals. That's exactly what they're going to do. They don't expect to having to required to do it twice, but it doesn't take long for them to do it neither of the times.
No, and yeah, for the side of Enterprise, you have to be looking at this as they've done this as cleanly as possible for them, so they can have a larger break before the grand finals, because it is going to be a best of 5. It is going to be against BBL Pacific, which is one of the heaviest hitters in this tournament, and it's not going to be an easy task. So hopefully they can go back, have a little bit of a rest, and be able to have the right mindset going into the grand finals.
Indeed, indeed. It is a difference to what you'd expect, you know, closing out that series yesterday. But, you know, this is what's required in moments like this, right? There are a lot of players with a lot of experience, a lot of mental fortitude in there that's going to have to rally up the troops to see if they can have their best chance possible to beat BBL Pacific here. A bit of a revenge story, maybe, but it's not going to be an easy one. BBL Pacific have really been a level above of the rest of the field. A BF5 grand final coming very soon, folks. when it's scheduled, right? We'll throw this over to the end of the stream, end of this broadcast, and we'll be rejoining again with an analyst desk with everything that you'd expect for a grand finals. Build up the show, bring in the hype. Make sure you tune in for them because that is going to be an excellent match.
So much standing. One enemy remaining. 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 Give me the spike down. One enemy. One enemy. Attackers win.